Howdy there guys, welcome back to Edgar TV Pro Tour Players Championship number 8 roundup time, where I'm going to look through the event to find all the key talking points and stories for you. So you don't have to. If you've been working all day or you've not been able to follow it as such, don't worry, I'm tracking it and I'll let you know round by round what is going on as the stories unfold throughout today. Now I do apologise, there wasn't one for event number 7, I was travelling because I've just been to WrestleMania. Now there will be a video diary on this, a little bit different to your normal darts content, but I've had a lot of people request that, so there will be a video diary. That's going to be coming out on Thursday. So on Thursday, WrestleMania vlog right here. If you don't like wrestling, you don't have to watch it. It's absolutely fine. But I'm going to give you a review of that one because for me, it was a massive, massive milestone, a big moment in my life to be able to get over to WrestleMania. So I do want to share that with you guys as well if you want to watch that on Thursday. But today we're going to talk about the Pro Tour. And what we're going to do is have a little look through what's been going on around the board. So couple of stories are developing already in the early phases here. We're going to work our way through the matches. The first one that draws my attention is Alan Suit and Mervyn King, two players that have sort of in that tour card race at the moment, 68 and 69 in regards to keeping hold of their tour cards. Oh, some results coming in already. Nice. 68 and 69 in regards to keeping hold of their tour cards, and it's looking like they're going to need a big run somewhere. They need to make the World Championships, for example, in order to make sure that they can keep hold of that tour card position. So they're two players we're going to be keeping an eye on throughout the year. Alan Suter picking up the victory on this occasion. Gary Anderson missed a couple of events with shoulder injury. Didn't pick up any results on event number 7, but 100 average there. I mean, if you're Buhar, you must have thought, well, maybe if I play all right, I might be able to squeeze this one against Gary with the issues he's having. He averaged 99 and lost, so no issues there. Callum Ridds averaged 106 and lost when he took on Martin Schindler, so disappointment there for him. Leighton Bennett's been playing very, very well this year. It's already earned £8,500, and this is only event number 8, but he won't be adding to that one on this occasion. He goes out in round number 1. Dimitri Vandenberg, the man who won the UK Open, always struggled with the floor events, and well, it's proven to be the case again here. A 6-5 defeat in the opening round to Dom Taylor, the Tower, a man who a lot of people expect big things of throughout this year. Dimitri Vandenberg, in regards to the Players' Championship finals race, 104th. Just to reiterate the fact of how much he's sort of struggling, shall we say, with Pro Tour form at the moment. Peter Wright's form's been looking a little better at times, but he goes down 6-5 to Lee Evans, who averaged 84 in that victory. So again, those concerns for Peter Wright just sort of continue to linger around a little bit. I did do a Pro Tour roundup yesterday, so you won't know unless you looked at these sort of results yourself. Steve Beaton actually a 9 darter yesterday, so really disappointed that I wasn't able to sort of cover that situation, but Beaton joining the 9 dart club. A lot of people are going to be sort of eyes on at the moment in regards to various tour card positions, so we'll keep you up to date with all those. James Hurrell is a player who won his tour card this year. £11,750 he's already earned. Won't be adding to that. Dirk's sort of recovery of his career really is starting to take flight now. Danny Lauby had a battle of the left-handers. He took a 6-5 victory over James Wade. Danny Lauby really is another one of those players that's coming to the forefront now. He doesn't, or now he's got a tour card, should I say, and £7,500 that he has picked up along his way. Mensa Suljovic, someone who I was adamant was going to lose his card, is currently outside of those positions, but it's not looking too bad at the moment for the World Championship and the Players' Championship finals. If he can stay in those positions, Mensa Suljovic could get in the top 64 and have an opportunity to extend his professional career a little bit longer. Round number 2, we saw lots of big averages in this round, 6 to be precise across our 32 matches of 64 players. The biggest one of them all came from the world number 1, Luke Humphries, in his victory over Jeffrey Deswan. Schindler had 106 in the opening game, backing that up with 105 against William O'Connor. Jermaine Watermain is someone who demands a little bit of sort of respect at the moment. He's been picking up some good results on the European Tour, and he's been picking up some good results in general. Has really sort of stepped it up a little bit at the minute. He takes out Danny Lauby, who takes out James Wade, which maybe just opens the path a little bit here for Watamaina to pick up a couple more results along the way as well. The round of 32, 16 matches, and this is where we need to pick up on the biggest story in darts at the moment, Luke Littler, because this is the round we say bye-bye to Luke Littler. He goes out in the last 32 stage. Yesterday went out in the last 16 to Ross Smith, so he's still picking up good prize money, winning his board and making a board final. This is all going on to his rankings. He's got nothing to defend, so constantly moving closer to that top 16 before big prize money season kicks in towards the back end of the year. Now, when we take a look at the other results that was in this round, I mean, there you go, confirmed it was Kevin Dowitz that took him out. Jermaine Watamaina going out to Gerwyn Price, two of the big performers of the last round, going head-to-head. Didn't open up at all for Watamaina. He goes out of the event. We also lost other seeds, well, quite a lot of seeds. Michael Van Gerwen, Nathan Aspinall, those sort of Premier League players. Stephen Bunting going down to Dobie, the man who won Players' Championship 7. Luke Humphries taking out Brendan Dolan, and it seems very rare we see an average under 106 at the moment for Luke Humphries. Josh Rock got to the final, losing out to Chris Dobie. He's in the last 16, refinding some form now, Josh Rock. That should keep him around that top 32 for a bit longer. But look at that. Gary Anderson. We was worried about his shoulder. We had concerns over him. We didn't know how serious it was. We didn't know how long it was going to take to recover. He's recovered. And this average for most of this game was about 10 points higher. It only dropped off towards the back end of the match. A 6-0 walloping of Jelle Klassen, averaging 114.15. It's great to see that from Gary Anderson. When we think about Gary Anderson at the start of this year and the form he was showing and what he was showing at the back end of the last year, statistically, Gary Anderson is the best player in the world. He averages 99.28 over the last 12 months of every single game of darts that he has played recorded, all considered into that number. Obviously, it's very, very tight between him and Luke Humphries, 99.27. So we're talking 0.01 of a point separating him. But still, Gary Anderson is the number one player according to averages in the world. And I said that I see Gary Anderson picking up a TV title this year. And then when that injury came around, that scare, we saw him withdraw from an event. We saw him not turning up to other events. You did start to get the concern that maybe that's not going to be the case. Well, good performances there suggest, and big averages suggest that that still may be on the cards. But it's not going to be a problem again here for Gary Anderson. It wasn't quite the same sort of level, but he did manage to pick up the victory against Danny Van Truyt. But big problems now because he's going to run into Luke Humphries. The world number 1 and 2 of averages are going to clash in the quarterfinals. That should be a good game. Stefan Belmont picking up a 6-5 over Rob Cross. A good run for him, getting into the quarterfinals. For a Challenge Tour call-up player, that is huge. That's going to pay for his whole year, his whole season, and now as well, if you look at him doing well on the Challenge Tour to keep himself in these Pro Tour invites, could even get him in something like the Players' Championship finals. So big possible step forward there for him and for Switzerland. We're just bigging up Josh Rock, saying he looks like he's getting back to a bit of form, then bombs out with an average of 82. The big problem there is that's gone over that sort of visits to the board level, so it means that they were sort of going into 7. So both players really dropping their levels in that one. Radak Skagansky, he's got to be sick, hasn't he? If you're not familiar with the story of Radak Skagansky, what he did, he won a Pro Tour. He got to World Championships. If he would have won one more match at the World Championships, just one more game, that game would have put him into the top 64. He'd have kept his tour card and he would now be in the World Match Play, the World Grand Prix. That one game at the World Championships looks like it's going to cost him about 100 grand in total. Because he lost his tour card, he had to go back to Q School and win it back, and then got reset back to 0. This isn't the first player that suffered with this rule, and maybe that's something that needs to be looked at in future. Have the tour as a 1-year rolling system. Regardless if you lose your card and get it back, that should be over 1 year. So the match play should be July to July, irrespective of card status. Because he had a card last year, he's got a card this year, but because it's classed as a new one, he's lost that money. He's gone back to zero on every single metric. So Skaganski, a real big blow for him, but he might still make it now. But if he just misses out, and then the argument is, at the World Match Play, have we got the best 32 players for the position? No, we wouldn't have, because Skaganski, according to the Pro Tour, should be one of those 16 players. And he has won a Pro Tour before. He might be about to win another. He's just took out the former UK Open champion Andrew Gilding 6-5, booking himself a place in the semi-final against another former UK Open champion, Danny Noppert. He could be going through the UK Open alumni. Gary Anderson's good run comes to an end, quarterfinals, very encouraging for him. He's going to be more than happy with that. But Luke Humphries looking like he's on for another title here. 6-4 victory over Gary Anderson. He sets up a match with Jan van Veen, who ends the run of the Challenge Tour call-up, who's had a fantastic day, Stefan Belmont. He'll be delighted heading back to Switzerland. Now, if like me, you thought the winning machine that is Luke Humphries is going to go on and pick up a Pro Tour title and add to his record, you're incorrect. It was actually Danny Noppert. Danny Noppert winning his 5th Players' Championship event, and I've actually seen going around on the socials just now that is a 5th out of 5. That is actually unbeaten in finals. Only Rob Cross and Raymond van Barneveld won their first 5 Pro Tour titles when they got to the final stage. So really impressive stat there for Noppert. We can see from the numbers and from the averages that it was a good performance all day, regularly around the sort of mid-90s. There was a couple of games there where it got a bit close, like the Stephen Burton game there in round number 3 where it went to a last leg decider. A couple of hundred averages in there as well. So a worthy winner in relation to Danny Noppert. Now, there have been some good runs here, so what we're going to do is just going to take a look at the World Match Play. The World Match Play coming up in July, the next big ranking event on the PDC calendar, where we're going to see a lot of movement in regards to the rankings. So really important event to get into. So there are 2 ways to get in the World Match Play. We're going to focus mostly on this side, the right side, the 1-year rolling system. There could be debuts here. Luke Woodhouse not played there yet. He could be making a debut at the World Match Play. Jan van Veen will be making a debut at the Match Play, as will Luke Littler. They are too far involved now. Petretsko as well, too far involved in this rankings to not be involved at Blackpool. But when we take a look a little bit further down, Kevin Doetz could be someone who makes a debut at Blackpool. Mike de Decker was there last year. Menzies looking to make a debut. De Souza might not be there, which will continue to move him towards that cut-off point of the top 32, where I predict that he's going to drop out of very soon. But when we look at the prize money, actually, Menzies in 20th place is 6,000 adrift, which is quite a sizable chunk to make up. I think realistically we're looking at from De Decker upwards now in regards to the match play, or probably even Brendan Dolan upwards, unless someone can have a little bit of a deeper run somewhere, because the players above are still going to be picking up prize money. With that in mind, though, there's still a genuine chance that James Wade might drop outside here, and James Wade might not be at Blackpool. I don't think it's likely to be the case. I think the players, when you look at that, are always going to be picking up little bits of prize money along the way, but I will keep you up to date with everything regarding that. Pro Tours number 9 and 10 will be done very slightly different to this one. The reason being, I'm actually on commentary for those, so I will be on PDC TV behind the microphone, talking your way through Pro Tours 9 and 10. I will still do reviews of everything from the day, but it might not be like a round by round like I do as I film this at various points of the day. It might be more of a recap, but it will be coming that way, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. I've got lots of interesting content coming over the next couple of weeks, a couple of video diaries, a couple of looks at various things, and I'm going to cover a very interesting topic tomorrow. Something that's been doing the rounds of the internet on the darting world that I really feel I want to put my 2 pence in on. So make sure you subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow for some more Edgar TV.